Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me again. This is Karen with Creative Paper Artisan, and we are on to part 2 of this journal cover. And I realized as I was kind of looking through the previous video that this fabric is not, I kept, saying it was this beautiful teal. I realized that it looks like it's not translating on video as teal. It looks very, very blue as I'm looking at this through the camera. And that makes me sad because it's a really beautiful teal. It's a very beautiful teal. These colors translate the same, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe once I run it through the editor, it'll color correct, but I promise you this is teal, not blue. It looks like blue jean blue right now. So you know what? Let me play with my light options here. Oh, they still all kind of look bluish. Anyway, I promise it's teal. So anyway, okay, so on to phase 2. I went ahead and I decided to do the back with paper. It was just looking too messy, and doing it with ribbon, it was going to look kind of, I don't think, amateurish maybe. So I chose this paper, which I thought went beautifully. Let me look through the camera again. That does show up a little bit more teal. That's so weird that doesn't. Anyway, this paper is from actually the teal color kit in my tribe for this month. And I will have that linked below as well if you want to join the tribe and get in on these beautiful teal colors. So I printed it on cardstock so that all the fabric, kind of bunches wouldn't, show through the paper. So it's nice and straight. I went ahead and covered the back and the spine and did the same thing with the papers there. You didn't need to see me do that again. So, but what I want to do next with this corset stuff is the spine. I just want to do a good old corset spine. And I decided to, since I used the same sides for this, I'm having a hard time just letting this go to waste. So on the spine, I'm going to use both of the hooks. And here I use both of the loops. That way I'm evening out my roll so I don't have just a ton of one side left. And I think this will work great on the spine. So really, this is going to be super simple. I'm going to just glue it on and I don't know if you noticed, but let me stand up again. On the back, it's pretty much like a fabric ribbon, fabric tape. Not tape, but you know what I mean. A thick kind of a canvas. And then the lace kind of lays over that. And this is what I'm gluing down. I'm letting the lace go, willy-nilly. But I'm thinking I will glue, of course, just the fabric to the edge and then have the lace hang over just a little bit. I think that'll be pretty. So, and I already cut these to size. I may need to adjust the little ends here, maybe. I don't know. I got pretty close. I think the top is off a little bit. So I will glue this really quick, and then we'll move on to lacing it up again. So pretty. Okay, so now my one concern is if I have enough of this. I think I do. because this is all I have left. So let's see. I think by the time I stretch it tight, it should be good. So I'm gonna get to the middle here, and then kind of do this. And this doesn't necessarily have to hold anything, so I may leave it a little bit wrinklier. I kind of like the wrinkled look of the seam binding, but we'll see. If I need to stretch it because I need to have it go all the way at the bottom, then we'll do that. But I think this will be pretty sweet looking too. And I also want it to be tight enough so it doesn't pull out. Although it being on the spine, I think it'll stay stationary pretty well. That's just my thoughts. My thoughts and my speculations. I'm really bummed that you guys can't see the teal, because it's such a beautiful combination. Yay, I want to have enough. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it'll be better once I edit, like I said. It'll do a little color adjusting if possible. We'll see. Okay, cool. So here's the bottom. And you know what? I think I'm going to make that the top. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'll make that the top and have the bow on the top hanging down, because then it won't get in the way when I'm, pulling it in and out of a shelf, so to speak. Okay, cool. So I think I'll do the knot again. I've got enough to do that. Let's make it tight enough so it definitely doesn't slip out of the last little rung there. Okay. And then tie a bow. Oh man, this was just enough. Phew. Okay. Cool little crinkly little bow. Right? There we go. I love it. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Can play with that later, I guess. Okay, so yay. Okay, so now you kind of get the idea. Look at that. That's going to be such a neat cover. I'm loving it. Okay, so now that's the top. Make sure we got it here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I kind of did a boo-boo, but I think I have a fix for it, and I think the fix is going to be better than what I had intended, which usually happens. My boo-boos bring on better solutions than my original idea. So I had planned on just doing another piece of fabric and having it hold the two pieces together, but I should have done that before I put the paper on. But I got ahead of myself and I got excited that this paper matched so well that I got ahead of myself. But and it's glued on too tight, I can't pull it off. But guess what? I think I'm going to do this and I'm going to like it better. I've got some black lace here. So I will just use the black lace, and the lace showing on the cover is going to be beautiful. So I already played with it a little bit. I was going to do it this way, so the scallop is on both sides, and it looks great like this visually. But when we're talking about just having a signature here, I don't know if I like the scallop there. I think it's too busy. So I think I'm going to turn this around and just have the straight. I think that looks better. That just makes me feel better. So that's what I'm going to do. But then on the back, that looks really pretty scallop with a scalloped edge. I mean, I could make it matchy, and that'd be fine too. But I'm thinking I like this. So it's a little bit different, but I think it'll be think it'll be pretty sweet. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to use the Fabrifix, assuming that it won't leave marks. I think it's it kind of bled through the fabric when I was doing the wraparounds, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm tempted to not use it. I wish I still had some Fabri-Tac left. I don't know why there's such a difference, but I like Fabri-Tac better than Fabrifix, even though the label said the same thing. I don't know. Maybe just because it smells stronger, it's making me cranky. I don't know. So when I do this, I need to make sure that I don't want to have them attached like this close. I want to leave a little bit of space, like an eighth, maybe even a 16th. But now that this is raised up higher, it's actually making it a little bit harder for me. I should have maybe done that before. Should have done this before I did the back, because it's now a little bit higher, but I think I can still eyeball it. And that'll definitely give me the natural space, because there's a gap, because this is up higher than these two. So I'm going to eyeball it, and I'm just going to do one side at a time. And I'm going to do this side first so that I can control where, figure out where that goes. I think about there will be good. Let me get my paper to protect things, because this is going to bleed through. It's going to go through the lace. So, and of course I can never decide what's front and what's back. I don't think in this case it really matters. Well, that looks a little bit more like the front. All right, so let me put the glue on the back. And since this is such delicate lace, there's not many places for me to put the glue. So I'm just going to put it on this thicker part where the scallop edge is. Let's see if I need to put any more anywhere else. I really hope it doesn't goop up too much. All right, let's see here. Let me see here. I'll move all this out of the way. I feel like I might make a boo-boo here if I've got too much glue everywhere. Oof, yeah, that's definitely seeping through, but let's just see. Make it nice and even. Even it up a bit. I'm going to use I'm going to use this to kind of push it down because it's super goopy. And of course, I don't want to get it on my fingers because it's really kind of annoying. It really sticks really bad. I mean, I work with glue all the time, but I don't know, this glue is quickly not my favorite. All right. And I'm sure you hear the puppies barking. Those are our customer dogs. They're out for playgroup right now, and some of them are very vocal. Very vocal. Okay. All right. I'm going to let that sit just like that for uno momento. And maybe I'll do the back side as well. And then we'll glue both sides to the spine. And let's see. This one I've got a little bit more playroom. Let me see how much. Yeah, I think I want a good chunk of that to show. So let's see, front, back. I think that's front-ish. So I've got a little bit more, space to. Let me see. Make sure I'm in frame. Sorry, but yeah, I'm just gonna put this on the whole scallops and then on parts of the flowers as well, since that'll be attached to the cover. right, so I'm going to let these dry for a minute, and then I'll be back when they're dry and we will work on the spine. Okay, so I went ahead and it's all good and dry. I went ahead and put a bead of glue on the edge as well on both of these because I realized just having it glued at the top was going to be too willy-nilly. I need to have some stability. I don't want the the spine to be shifting around. So I did that too, just so you know, it's nice and tight along the edge too to give it some stability. So now I'm just going to glue. That's maybe hard for you to see. Let me stand up again so I can see what you're seeing. So I'm gonna, when I glue it, there's going to be a little bit of, I don't know if you can see the little difference there, just like maybe like a 1/16 of an inch, more like 1/16 of an inch, really. So I'm going to do that on both sides, and then we're going to let that dry for a minute. All right, there we go. I'm kind of crushing on this now. This is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Like I said, it's going to be a chunky girl. I'm just making room for a chunky girl. Now, obviously, this is going to have to be, it's going to be a hidden spine. I'm going to have to attach the signatures to, you know, that separate sheet of paper, and then we'll glue that here. So none of this will show, and that's okay. But these sections will show here, and that'll be so pretty. So, and I think I changed my mind. Imagine that. I changed my mind about using this cover for my example book for the YouTube challenge projects. I think I changed my mind. I think I want to do something else with these. So if that's the case, then I will save this cover for something else. I'm just going to save it for something special, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll have inspiration to do something very specific with this. But I do have one more thing. That's going to be part 3. One more thing that I want to do to this that will involve these cool hook and loop corset thingies. So that will be in the next video. That will be part 3. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me on this one, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.